There is more to it than meets the eye. The hospitality and tourism industry is an umbrella covering a sea of fun and engaging careers. From a food and beverage manager on a high-end cruise line organizing an extravagant event, in an industry that is constantly growing and evolving to new trends, why not jump on board and explore the opportunities? Having said that, welcome to our weekly webinar presented to you by Imperium International College. Today we will be discussing the career opportunities in hospitality and tourism and also addressing some challenges that might arise. My name is Yugenesh Krishnan and I'm representing the Center of General Subjects and Languages. Here with us today are two experienced panelists from the Center of Culinary Entrepreneurship and Hotel Management, Mr. Jawad and Chef Afifah. Good afternoon, Mr. Jawad. How are you today?
Good afternoon. Thanks for having me today.
Sure. It's our pleasure.
Yeah, I'm good, like always. Still alive.
Good to hear that. Would you like to introduce yourself to our audiences out there?
Yeah. Hi guys. Good afternoon. So my name is Jawad bin Ashari. Born in KL. Was brought in KL. Now living in KL also. Previously, I've studied in UiTM, UiTM Malacca in Lendu, in Diploma Tourism Management, and then further up my studies to Bachelor degree in Tourism Management. And then I jumped into the industry, working with tourism.
I've been working in various colleges and universities, and now currently I'm in Imperium International College, teaching tourism.
Alright, thank you Mr. Jawad.
Thank you.
Chef Afifah, apa khabar?
Khabar baik.
Okay, dah makan dah?
Of course I did. I have a very
basic.
not basic, I would say basic.
It's
but
quite heavy actually. It's quite heavy lunch we had.
Heavy lunch.
Yeah.
Alright, you look beautiful in your outfit.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
This is the traditional chef jacket that we have.
Kitchen attire
Alright.
that.
And by the way, thank you so much for making us all coffee. It tasted very good. How was the coffee, Mr. Jawad?
Yeah, it's been a half cup already.
Yeah, we haven't even started and we've been drinking. All right, so would you like to share with our audiences about a little bit about your career and how you ended up being in Imperium International College?
No problem. Okay. So, hi ladies and gentlemen, students out there. So, my name is Chef Afifah bin Rahman. Most of you know me as Chef Afifah here at Imperium International College. So what happened is that before I become a lecturer here at IIC, I pursued my studies with UiTM, also the same as Mr. Jawad here, but mine was in Penang and also in Shah Alam for my degree. Okay, and then after that, I went to pursue my industrial work experience with several hotels, several convention centers, and also my, I would say my proudest achievement yet is my in-house production company as a caterer. So most of the caterers that I did for that production was the Malaysian Gegar Berganza. What else? We have the Strike Back, which is the Netflix movie. I think it's a movie. Right?
Yeah, it's a movie.
It's a movie for
Interesting.
Australia's
Wow.
Netflix, and also one thing I think everybody knows about this is Asia Got Talent. Okay, so those kind of big productions, they need a caterer to personally cater for their own actors, for their crew stage, and also for their, what do you call it? Staff also? Is it?
Production.
Oh yeah, the production crew.
Okay,
Yes,
The crew.
So most probably, that's my biggest achievement because I have to handle everything with my partner, which both of us are ladies.
I see. So
And
Chef
after that,
Afifah,
I went through education.
you're like a celebrity chef.
Yeah, kind of, but behind the scenes.
You know,
Because my
Chef
face
Wan,
never-
we have so many in line. We have Anis Nabila also is pretty famous in Malaysia.
Yeah, you should think about being in front of the camera now.
Yes.
You should think about it lah, since you are in this field already.
Yes,
Maybe
yes.
later,
Yeah.
few more years
It
maybe.
sounds exciting though, yeah.
It's exciting, but it takes time for you to develop your own talent to be the face of the camera.
Okay.
Very interesting. All right, so I have the first question, Mr. Jawad.
Okay.
What is the definition of tourism and hospitality industry?
Okay, to put it this way, the hospitality and tourism industry, okay, it is generally referred to as a broad category of industry field which I could say deliver its service to customers and clients. Okay, clients in that context referred to guests. For example, let's say a traveler or tourist that comes from Japan or anywhere outside of our country and staying here for at least a duration of 3 to 5 days, they might as well want to be comfortable. Okay, just like by being staying at home. But then again, when they are traveling and during their stay in Malaysia, they want the comfort, they want the food to be there, they want to feel like they are in their own surrounding environment. So our job as the host community and also as the service provider, we need to cater those needs and wants while they are here, which leads to the concept of satisfaction, which I believe Chef Afifah knows better.
Okay, so about customer satisfaction is that we have to think of what the customer wants, what they want actually. So, in terms of satisfaction, our hospitality or tourism industry has these 4 segments that we have to cater, which is lodging, F&B, recreation, and also travel and tourism. So most of the thing it relates to customer satisfaction. Okay, customer satisfaction is very what you call it? Tak service top notch. It doesn't mean that you bagi servis macam sekian-sekian and you expect that you get this service lagi tinggi daripada satu tempat. Okay, it doesn't have to be the same.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so for example, macam you lah Yugi. You balik rumah, you dah penat, tomorrow you cuti, you rasa you nak pergi holiday.
Yes.
Okay, and then of course you tengok dalam travel punya application, whatever hotels yang ada application untuk kita booking tu, kita pergi, kita nak rest, kita nak rejuvenate ourselves, and then kita pergi balik kerja.
Yes.
But we don't have to, we can't get that at our own house.
Yes.
Sebab kalau kat rumah kan kita luas baju, masak.
Yes. And all of those needs being eliminated because the service provider will take care the rest of it from the guests.
Yes.
That's the best part lah. The best part of it.
Alright. Okay, audiences, for those who have just joined us, welcome to our weekly forum. And today we are discussing about a pretty interesting topic, which is the career opportunities in hospitality and tourism management, brought to you by Imperium International College. Now let's get back to the discussion. Now again, Mr. Jawad, what are the jobs that hospitality and tourism industry has to offer?
Okay, this is what we call as the important, $1 million question in which it depicts the pathway of student when they are graduating from our courses, especially in hospitality and tourism management. Okay, normally they will have various type of job offered, and sometimes to the point that they don't know which one to choose, because they are being clueless because of the variety. Okay, there's too many works out there in the field, in the industry, which they don't know which one they want. Now it's back to which one is much more luxurious in terms of salary wise and whatnot. But for me, it's simple. Tourism and hospitality job can be divided into 2 categories. The first one is what we call as public, and second one is private. Under the public, okay, I'm representing tourism, okay. So I will discuss more onto tourism and hospitality line first lah. So in my case, dalam tourism is much more easier. Because why? When the student graduate in tourism course, they can work with government under Kementerian Kebudayaan, Kesenian, Warisan, ataupun diorang boleh masuk terus dengan Tourism Malaysia ataupun Kementerian Pelancongan sendiri. So under Kementerian Pelancongan, most of the time they will develop what we call as procedures and whatnot, guidelines for tourism entrepreneurs to follow. But for Tourism Malaysia, it's much more onto promotional items, promoting our destination, local destination at international level and also at domestic level. But there are cases in which some of these graduates, they don't want to join with tourism. If let's say they want to go or jump to another industry, which is still under the public sector, they can become what we call as tourist police. Because our tourist police is among top 10 in the world. Okay, our tourist police is macam mana nak cakap, and then they are helpful. And they are always cater the needs of tourists yang ada masalah lah, that faces problems when they are staying here. Okay, so kalau sebut pasal tourist police ni, these are what we call as a benchmark untuk student hospitality and tourism. It doesn't involve tourism je, actually, from culinary and whatnot. Because why? Under tourist police, the profession itself requires the person or applicants to be well versed in hospitality and tourism industry. Means that dekat sini, at the very least, the student must be equipped with knowledge, basic knowledge regarding our industry, so that with that kind of knowledge, they can help the tourists that meets them lah.
Are they the same? Because whenever I go for a stroll, I do see police bantuan.
Okay.
Are they the same
Okay.
with the tourist
Actually, it's quite different, whereby police bantuan is another part lah. This is auxiliary. But for tourist police, they are the one who's wearing the cap dengan checkered flag.
You can probably see them in destination.
Yes, most of the time in
Melaka,
destination.
Genting,
Yeah.
also in Penang also I think.
Interesting.
Okay.
So tourist police is also a good career job, I would say.
Yes, of course. Some more is government. It's stable, a bit
I
stable.
think it comes with its own benefits.
Yeah, of course. And on the other part, we have the private sector. Okay, the private sector, as for me, because I'm representing tourism, most of us will end up in travel agencies, airlines, and transportation system. The biggest part, of course, travel agents, whereby, let's say, a fresh grad student, when they enter the industry, by joining the travel agency, they'll become of what we call as the entry-level position as the travel agent in the context of reservation officer or ticketing officer. These are the ones who are responsible for airlines ticketing and bookings. Okay, and then if you want to further up, you want to climb the career, you need experience. This same goes in any industry, I think, especially in our industry, whereby you have to start from below and climbing up upstairs with experience and years lah of service.
I think before we started our discussion, we were having some conversation about how you started in from the bottom, from where are you today? You've actually worked as a front desk.
Yes, front desk before. Yeah.
Waiter.
Yes, that is during my training days, when I was being sent for practical. I was with the Palma Hotel before as a front office assistant, and you know, when we work in this kind of industry, we have to be multitask.
Yes.
We have to get our skills to be top notch and being added value with some other skills lah. So when I was the front office assistant, there are times that requires me to go to jump to another department, for instance the sales department, the banquet is every week lah, whereby when I work at the night shift, so I have to jump and help them. This is quite unique experience. At first it looks like burdensome, but then again after quite a while I'll do enjoy and miss that lah, because I can jump there, having fun
Job
a little
rotation.
bit. Yeah, it changes my view. So I do really enjoy that. But now I'm old, I cannot do that anymore lah.
Thank
Apart
you,
from that, I
Mr.
think you
Jawad.
got
Yes.
free food from joining the banquet.
Of course, the free food.
Yes, of
Free
course.
food.
And Chef Afifah, so as how Mr. Jawad has started from the bottom, do you have any similar experiences?
Yes, I think it's almost the same, similar as Mr. Jawad, because previously I worked in the hotel industry. Yes, you do have to start from the bottom. For those fresh graduates, okay, do not have your hopes up on getting a higher position, okay, even though you have
Upon
a diploma.
graduation.
Upon graduation, because every time a chef who he is passionate about their jobs, okay, you will start from the bottom, okay. You start off as a kitchen helper or as a commis 3, then you move up to commis 1, then you go into a CDP position, goes back to sous chef, CDC, and then finally exec chef. Okay, so for you to get that position of exec chef, yes, like Mr. Jawad said, you need experience. Okay, even for myself, my last position in the hotel is chef de partie, senior chef de partie. Okay, so for me to get that experience is around 4 years. 4 years, especially I'm a lady. It's hard for me in the kitchen. You have to prove yourself to the men. Okay, it's hard. Okay, so
that is double standard.
no,
It
that's not
happens to
double
men
standard.
also.
No, it
I
doesn't
do
happen
feel
to
that.
men.
It happens to both genders.
Not
Or
quite.
it's more
You won't see
sexist.
much ladies in the kitchen,
Yeah, of course.
right?
Yes.
We
We do
cook
cook at home, but
Yeah,
not
but
in
men
the
But in the
industry.
industry, we conquer those
Yes, because
kitchen.
of the heavy
I wonder
machineries, heavy machineries.
Maybe because we are
the
better,
quantities that you
perhaps.
have. Okay, so from there, apart from doing jobs in hotels, cafe, restaurants, you could actually get into a management position.
Yeah.
Okay, I got some friends of mine who just graduate from university. Diorang masuk kerja as McDonald punya manager.
Yeah, restaurant manager.
McDonald, KFC, but most of it is fast food.
But when we started in a food chain industry, it is not that our life end there. Am I right?
It doesn't end there.
Yeah,
You
it
can
will go
actually
up
jump into
gradually.
somewhere
Yes.
The
much
first stepping
better.
stone.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's a
Yes,
stepping
I
It's a
think
stone.
benchmark for you.
it's something that's very good for the young graduates out there. Please do not hesitate to start from the very bottom. You know, I think perseverance, hard work, and dedication will eventually passion, yes.
Passion and patience.
Passion
and
We can
patience.
make this a tagline, right?
Yes.
Yes, and we were also talking about an interesting career, which is on the cruise line.
Yeah.
Yes, so I suppose after we have our few courses here at Imperium International College. Once we have completed our diploma, do we have to take up any additional training or certificates to work in a cruise line?
Okay. For you to work in a cruise line, there are several licenses that you need. Okay. For example, you need a seaman license and also what is it, Mr. Jawad? Cruise. A special cruise, a special pass actually for you to go up to the cruise ship.
Yeah, you need a working visa and whatnot.
Yeah, also a working visa. So
That's one.
those kind of licenses you can get through an agent, or
Yeah.
you have to deal it yourself directly.
Yeah.
But if you deal it directly, it's very hard for you to get the connections. So it's
But most of the
better.
time, it will
It's
be covered
better.
by the company.
It's
But
better
then
for
you
you,
have
the
to be
agency.
paid back in terms of salary. They will cut the salary a bit. But for a long run, I think it's very lucrative. Because why? 6 months in the sea.
4
Okay.
months
4 months on the land.
on the land.
Uh,
And your payments are
you
paid
can't go
in
anywhere
USD.
because you are trapped in the cruise. The entertainment, food was there, but then again, for me, on positive side, I would rather enjoy being there because I can save up lots of money. I have this one friend of mine working with Royal Caribbean before. He just joined for about 2 years of service, and he can buy a house cash.
Wow.
It's very lucrative. Even
Yeah.
if the payment is in USD, you're not going
Yes.
anywhere. You're not going to spend your income.
Yeah.
So when we say lucrative, I'm sure our graduates out there would like to know the numbers, the figures, the minimum amount that we can earn from working on a cruise ship.
Okay, for cruise ship, that's your line.
Okay, for cruise ship, you have the front of the house and back of the house. So back of the house, we have kitchen crew. Starting from the kitchen helper, it can goes up to 1,800 USD. up to 5,000 to 7,000 USD. So imagine you convert it into Malaysian
Wow,
ringgit.
that's
Yeah.
amazing. That's really amazing.
And
And
not to
also for those
mention,
students who doesn't have any commitments yet,
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
it's gonna be an awesome lifestyle.
I think you spend the 6 months, on the sea, and then when you come back, you're like
Yeah.
the
you're
next,
like the next big boss.
yeah, the next.
You're just counting money. Yeah, we have that also in tourism industry. It's called travel publicists. Okay, their job is to create and execute publicity plans for maybe a company or maybe clients, the VIPs and whatnot, and they are being paid in high dollars in US, in the Western country. Their salary is around 50K per month.
Oh my God,
50K that is in US dollar.
worth the sacrifice.
It's
Yeah.
worth the sacrifice that you
Yes.
studied. Let's say you studied tourism.
Yes.
You study all the basic management, calculation, finance, and everything, and then you become a publicist.
Yes.
You become the face of the company itself.
Yeah.
But of course,
15,000
this
USD.
needs time,
Who doesn't want?
experience,
I want.
and skills. Yeah.
Yes, true. All right, okay. And I just wanted to check with Mr. Jawad.
Okay.
When was the last time you had a visit outside? When was the last time you went traveling?
Okay, that will be last year during my trip with my family to Vietnam.
Vietnam.
It's a good. It's not that expensive actually, but then it's a good experience because this is my first time going out for a vacation with family. Because I used to travel alone before when I was younger.
Can I interrupt? Why do
I
you
thought
choose
you used to
Vietnam?
travel alone with girlfriend? No?
No, no.
Why do you choose Vietnam?
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's just an impulsive buying. It's just impulsive buying decision. I was thinking, okay, why not Vietnam?
Okay.
I don't want to go some else place, some else, because I was thinking Vietnam is okay kot. So let's try Vietnam. Thailand, macam mana nak cakap? Thailand dah ramai orang pergi. How about Laos? How
Went for
about
the Songkran festival?
Yeah. So I would like to try Vietnam because Vietnam kita tak nampak sangat apa benda yang ada. So let's try that. And fortunately for me, I did enjoy my time there. Seriously, it's fun. The people is nice. The culture pun vibes with our culture. So everything is okay lah over there.
Alright, that's good to hear. Chef Afifah, pergi mana? Melancong
I'm
di
not
mana?
as adventurous as Mr. Jawad. Okay, right. So my kind of tourist adventure would be locally the local
See,
scene.
she supports the local
Come on,
market.
support
Mr.
your local
Jawad,
scene,
how
Mr.
Of
come?
Jawad.
course, I'm supporting local scene, but then again, you're asking about vacation. So the one that comes to my mind is Vietnam lah.
I mean, you can go vacation. Like myself, I went to Malacca just for a day trip
Yes,
to
yes.
see back, to look back at the history, the Portuguese history. Even you can also go within KL vicinity. You know that there's a culture trip, a day trip in Kampung Baru.
I've been
Cultural trip.
I've been into one before during my time with Tourism Malaysia. It's called KL Heritage Trail,
Yes, I think
where
that's
you
the one.
learn everything about history about KL. Do you know that before this Dataran Merdeka pernah banjir, and then there's this HQ bank for Malaysia dulu. And then that bank was filled with water because of the flooding. So dia ambil duit tu dia jemur dekat dataran. With every 1 meter ke 2 meter polis jaga. Under the watchful eyes of the police and under the heating sun. Nak jemur duit. Used to be that. I didn't know, but then this is something that we enjoy as a tourist. The information being given by tourist guide dan sebagainya. So this is what we really want to hear.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
the price for the, let's say, the KL heritage
Yeah.
walk is only 30 ringgit
Yeah.
for 2 hours. Like
Yes.
You just walk from Kampung Baru to Pasar Seni, and along the way you will see some of the historic scene
Yes.
in KL.
Even the building is quite different, in KL, whereby it used to be that some blocks are meant for Malays, some are for Indians, and some for Chinese. You can see at the top of the roof, That one will differentiate. Oh, this was supposed to be Malay punya settlements and whatnot. This is very
So you
interesting.
learn about the heritage
A little
of
bit,
Malaysia.
yeah, a little bit.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I am not as lucky as Mr. Jawad and Chef Afifah, because before I planned my leave and to go out and travel, we had this PKP, Perintah Kawalan
Yeah.
Berkurung,
Yeah.
so we couldn't
Because of
go
that.
out,
Yes.
social distancing,
Okay.
wear mask and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, now you see, when we are talking about hospitality and tourism. But the thing is, I'm sure along with all of us, even our parents and graduates, they have this one mindset, it's COVID-19. We are currently in a crisis, in the middle of a pandemic. So, what are the jobs that we are looking at that students can partake amidst the COVID-19 situations in Malaysia, especially in the rural areas? I got the word right, finally.
Okay, I don't deny the fact
We
that
have to be realistic, right? Yeah.
I don't want to lie. Our industry was hit very hard. Okay, especially for tourism. Since we are the umbrella of any subcategories under the tourism, for example, the accommodation, transportation and whatnot, even the culinary, the F&B, to the point that we can't see the lights out of it. But truth be told, actually, I'm still holding up into the positive and lucrative perspective of tourism, because people still move. Somehow we will move on with this pandemic. We will move on with our life and whatnot, and we still need to travel. Okay, so in a sense of that, actually, jumping to another kind of job in the industry is preferable. But for me, since I'm representing tourism, I cannot say that we have to jump quickly. We have to build up some other businesses, businesses, just to help us to survive.
I see.
In this case, I think the F&B and culinary
The job
sector,
alternative, yeah.
they are much more creative in this. So,
Agree?
Chef Afifah,
Yeah, thinking about what Mr. Jawad says, we at the F&B line, the culinary, hotel management, even tourism also, we are very, we're supposed to be fast moving, we're supposed to grab things while it's hot. Multitasking, okay, because one thing your question said is about rural areas.
Yes.
Okay,
What can we do there?
what can we do, or what can the students do if they
Kita
live
cakap kampung lah.
if
luar
they
bandar.
live in luar
Luar
bandar,
bandar,
in
yeah.
kampung ke, even
Tak
paling
ada
dekat pun dekat Kuala
internet pun
Selangor
tak dapat.
kan, Kuala Selangor kawasan sawah padi semua tu. So what they need to do is either they invest in themselves with doing IKS or SME businesses, okay,
Small
medium
medium
enterprises.
enterprise,
You
yes,
can
yes.
buat kerepek, you boleh buat all those roti, pastries that what you call it, orang kampung susah nak dapat.
yeah.
Korean cream cheese garlic burger, garlic buns tu,
Tak pernah
those
dengar
those trending food kan. Okay, so those kind of things, the students who live in rural areas, they need to grab it fast because trends are moving fast. You better grab it while it's still in trend. Okay,
see.
apart from that kan, Yugi, dorang
So
boleh
first start up the business.
first.
SME.
SME,
Yes.
IKS.
Okay, that's the first
That's
career
the
option.
first career option. And then
Okay.
apart from that, Yugi, students, dorang boleh buat video content. Okay, I'm sure that you've watched one of the video from this Chinese lady from Yunnan provinces.
Yunnan province.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay,
yes, yes.
I think Mr. Jawad pun suka tengok dekat office Yunnan
YouTube
province. Okay, how she cooks with the local ingredients that can be plugged just behind a house. Macam contohlah, you rumah you kat Kuala Selangor, kat belakang tu ada kebun ubi kayu ke, kebun
So she has her
tanaman
own
ke.
kebun.
So he has her own kebun, and that community itself ada kebun dia sendiri. So she just pick some just to make those traditional food with the traditional methods using wooden fire stove.
Wow, that
Yes.
is like
that is very
Traditional one.
traditional.
Yeah.
Even I also don't cook like
I
that.
think masa
Yeah.
zaman Mesolithic, Paleolithic, right?
You don't go there, too far.
It's too far. Maybe around 60 or 70s
60s
lah.
or 70s.
Okay,
Even
right.
okay, maybe you buat dodol dekat kampung pun pakai
Ya, kayu arang.
kan,
Ya, kayu
kuali,
arang.
And the
kuali
stick,
and
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
So,
yes.
it's something that you can actually promote in collaboration with tourism, promote
Yes.
with the
Cultural lifestyle and cultural value.
Okay, you
So
boleh
create
promote
a
that content.
content and upload on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, so it's taking full advantage of the situation. Like
Yeah.
since MCO, you know, the movement restricted order, we don't have to go out. We
Yes.
just maximize the resources that we have. It can be belakang
Belakang
rumah.
rumah. Even okay, as simple as this, you look at Sugu Pavitra.
Yes, the famous
Sugu
Indian couple.
Pavitra.
Yes.
Sugu Pavitra doesn't have any culinary
It's a
background,
very humble beginning.
but then she can make a very good video content. Imagine what those graduates, those
With the
culinary graduates
expertise,
with the
yes.
expertise, knowledge can do. They can do so many things with that knowledge that they have from
Yes.
Imperium International College.
Yes, I think earlier on Chef Afifah was mentioning about this particular generation. Which generation was that?
Okay, like what we
Z?
said, Generation Z,
Ah,
Centennials. Okay,
Centennials. Yes, yes, yes.
how many students that you have always have a phone on their hand?
I think nowadays
Most of
we
them,
all,
Most
most of them,
everybody
lots
has
of
a
them.
Smartphone. Okay.
Everybody is handing out and pegang their phone everywhere,
I think
even
we
lintas
have a
jalan.
Question from that's a very long question, so I'm going to read out the question first. Hi, I'm curious for culinary. Is it the best option to go to the corresponding country to learn? It's cuisine. For example, if I wanted to learn French cuisine, I should make it a point to head over France. So we have the question for Chef Afifah because you also specialize in French cuisine.
Okay, so
Yes.
uh,
Thank you for the question, viewer.
thank you, viewer, for the question. It's a very good
It's a
question,
very
actually.
good question,
Okay,
very long
so
one.
because we know that our culinary origins out from the French region, French
Yes.
country. Okay,
Oh, I didn't
most
know
of
that.
the terms that we use, the
Yes.
terminologies that we use, came
In-
from the French
For cooking.
language for
Yeah.
cooking.
Oh, okay.
Even
So,
the working system for in kitchen was
yes.
based on French terms.
the kitchen brigade, it
Yeah.
comes from the French chef itself.
Yeah, the
So
escoffier.
what I would say is that you don't need to go to France to learn culinary, to learn French cuisine.
I think that was the
Yes, you don't need to go to
viewer's
France
question.
because it's not worth the money. If you have the money, yes, go, no problem. Experience beats knowledge. Okay, and then if you would like to study it here, we do have a French cuisine class in Imperium International College. Okay, so by learning here at Imperium International College, you can actually have the basic knowledge of French cuisine in also with intermediate and advanced classes. Okay, within the same semester.
I see. So it's not necessarily that a student has to go to that country to take up an
To take up
expertise.
the expertise for
Yes,
French cuisine.
yes.
If you wanted to learn Japanese, okay, it would be better if you can find a very good seafood.
Sifu.
Yeah, seafood.
Yeah.
But seafood in French cuisine, sometimes you do have the expertise here.
Yeah.
Why would you spend more money just to go to another country?
Yeah,
Do
and
we have anyone visiting
yes,
your
of course,
centres?
in Imperium International College, we do have
Workshops.
visiting lecturers, for example, from France and from another one, the latest one is
Mexico.
from
Mexico, Spanish.
Spanish.
From Spain.
From Spain. They came over just to view our courses and gave a talk to our student and some demonstration on the food concept and whatnot.
Wow.
So these are the things that we look into when we offer such courses in many universities and colleges, such as was
Especially in ours.
yes, such was practiced in our college lah. Okay.
All right. So you see, what a student can experience in France, the student can also experience
here
it,
in our
it
college.
here.
Yes.
Yes, that's very interesting. And yes, and let's talk about the skills. Do we have any special skills that the graduate needs to pick up while going for hospitality and tourism and management? Maybe I'll start off with Chef Afifah.
Okay, for skills, I would say that while studying here, okay, you will actually brush up on your multitasking skills, your confidence in cooking. Okay, if you're not confident in cooking, then how can you serve to your customer, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright,
Yes,
and then
yes, true.
Confidence, yes.
True to that.
Believe in ourselves.
believe in your food, and people will love it.
Okay.
Right? And then
Like
apart,
my grandmother cooks at home.
your grandmother
She doesn't
used.
have the measuring cup. She just dumps everything and it turns
I have
out. She believes
I watched
in
this
herself.
one meme. It says that for those old people, they just let the
Ancestors,
ancestors come
yes.
and give you the advice.
Instruction. 1 spoon, 2 spoon. Okay, enough.
Enough
stop.
dear, that's enough dear.
But I
Okay,
believe in the
apart-
Ratatouille movie.
Ratatouille.
Everybody,
Everybody can
can cook.
Favorite.
Yeah.
I
Everybody
think
can
that was
cook.
the tag. That was the tagline.
Yeah.
Everyone can cook.
Everyone can cook.
Yeah, but you see, from the Ratatouille movie, you still need hard work.
Yes, of
You
course.
still need passion. You still need teamwork skills.
So multitasking, confidence, passion and patience.
Passion and patience.
Okay, we have one more question from our audience. Okay, so I believe this is related to culinary also. Do you believe Malaysian cuisine will be a thing, recognized globally and actually be taught in university around the world? Chef
Okay.
Afifah,
That's a very, very, very interesting question.
optimistic.
Okay, it's
Yeah.
very optimistic because you can see in the culinary world, there's no such thing as a claim for one type of cuisine, especially Asian food.
Mm-hmm.
I
Okay,
think we are a
in
mixture.
the Asian archipelago, we have Indonesian, we have Thailand, we have Bornean.
Yes.
Okay, so those kind of region, it interrelates with another. Okay, so what it says here that yes, Malaysian cuisine can be taught in the local university. There are some local universities that taught Malaysian cuisine to the students. Okay,
Chef
for
Afifah.
example,
Uh-huh.
UITM.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we do learn about Malaysian
UITM.
cuisine. Yes.
I see.
So here we're trying to impart most of the Asian cuisine into our
Yes.
student syllabus.
When this question was asked, I suddenly thought of, we already become famous. Remember the not so crispy rendang?
Ah yes.
What was
not,
it?
The
Not so
crispy rendang crisis in UK.
Yes, it was during a MasterChef
Yeah,
competition,
MasterChef.
competition.
where I think that was our very own Malaysian chef who cooked the
The chicken rendang,
it was
but the
said
judges
that
said
it
it's
wasn't-
not crispy enough.
Yeah,
So
so
how, it's a matter of
we became world famous,
understanding.
by the way.
Okay, it's a matter of understanding. Have you had that food before?
Before, yes.
If you haven't had it before, how can you claim that it's supposed to be crispy?
Yeah. I think we've answered the question. If the not so crispy rendang can make it worldwide, so do our
can
food.
our local food, because it's already been interrelate with one another.
Yeah.
Malay got curry, India got curry, Chinese got curry.
Yeah, yes.
But the only thing is the method that you use.
Yeah, Malaysia, truly Asia, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Please, audiences, if you have any questions, you can also ask more on the tourism part, because we also have our expertise, Mr. Jawad here. And we are still going to talk a little bit more about this COVID-19 situations. And I think we've shared this topic before. This pilot, okay, he's been flying, he's been traveling all over the world, and I think he was laid off. So instead of being down and demotivated, he actually took up the challenge to become a Grab driver. Now, how is that possible? Is that one? I think that was one of the skill that was taught that he
Okay.
learned during the course of his study, Mr. Jawad?
Can I answer
Of
this?
course,
Okay.
it's for you.
I am very spirited regarding
Yes,
this
yes,
because
yes.
why? Okay, most of the time, I mean,
me myself, I think Chef Afifah too, and all any other graduates that has been working in this industry, we are kind of resilient and adaptable because of our environment that is require us to multitask everything. So every time when we are hit with something, we didn't finish there. We didn't ended up there. We will try to find a way and adapt. Okay. Example here, the pilot, as in the case, okay, he knows better. Okay, he got laid off. Okay, that's not the end of the line for him, because he need to survive.
Mr. Jawad, sorry, what was the salary that most pilots
Okay,
earn?
most pilot will earn. Okay, if let's say on our domestic scene, okay, with small carrier or company, it will be somewhere around 10K up to 15.
Wow, that's
Okay,
very lucrative.
that's very lucrative. And if you, let's say you are being laid off, how can you find this sum of numbers? So that is why we must adapt. We must change ourselves. So that's what happened in many parts of hospitality industry workers, whereby we just adapt.
Kita tak boleh memilih, right?
We can't choose. And some more, we have been working the same things because we started off from the beginning, from the bottom. So we are being used to it. So it's not a problem for us to start over again because we know better. We know by building up a little bit and a little bit, we can go higher again. So for the pilot, kudos to him because he did manage and psychologically he's a super person, whereby he can survive in any condition. Same goes to any other of our,
even to our graduates.
Yes.
So I think this is also one of the skill that the students will be prepped up by both Chef Afifah and Mr. Jawad to be flexible. On top of being confident, multitasking, being patient, being full of passion, be flexible to adapt to the situations and things like that. All right, now what differentiates hospitality and tourism from the rest? Like, you know, when you travel, people say you get to see the finest things in the world.
Okay.
This is the part where our graduates would love to hear. Like, do you want to share what are the perks available? I think I'll throw this question to Chef Afifah first.
The perks of being a culinary
of course, the food.
graduates.
Of course,
the food. You got
The
free
food.
food. You got free tasting of luxurious item.
Expensive food.
Expensive food.
Caviar.
Caviar.
What else? What not?
Yes.
Gold leaf.
Gold leaf.
Have you had the apa? Experience of eating monkfish? To even carve a monkfish.
Tengok je dekat YouTube.
Kan, sebab I pun sekali je pernah. It's very hard to get in Malaysia, especially a
tried,
fresh
Mr.
one.
No.
Oh, too bad.
Okay,
Culinary chef.
Yes.
apart from that, you can also have free tasting of food made from Michelin star chef, especially if you were to intern at a Michelin star restaurant. Okay. Apart from that, I think Yugi, you can get this opportunity of, let's say, you work in a 5-star hotel, you boleh lompat-lompat.
Yes.
Okay.
And you get to taste the finest food from around the world.
And not to
Prepared by the
mention
world
when
best chef.
you jump into from let's say you're working in Hilton and then you jump into the international level, you are
overseas.
being transferred to another branch overseas, such as in Australia or maybe in Miami or whatnot. The first one company will cover all of your expenses of moving there.
Mr. Jawad, when you say expenses, all, that
Yeah.
word all, it sounds
You have to
interesting.
understand.
Okay.
Expenses, it comes from your flight
Flight ticket,
Flight ticket,
Your
and then your
accommodation.
accommodation,
lodging lah.
lodging,
your transportation
your
of going to and from.
Uniform.
Yeah.
Free
Also, you got
uniform.
free,
And also you get some allowance, I think, of that.
Wow.
So these are some of the perks.
On top of the salary that
Yes.
of the salary that you're going to get, it's either
Yes.
in USD,
Yeah.
pound,
ringgit datang main
ringgit dah tak main
Tak main dah.
Kuwait,
No more.
Kuwait, how
No more.
what's
This
the
is
rate for
international
Kuwait?
level.
Dubai.
Aduh,
And the best
Dubai.
part for me, it's the environment itself. Okay, when you change your environment from local scene, for example, to an international one, you get a new vibe. You get a new spirit to work. You become more active than ever before.
The setting motivates us.
Yes.
And Mr. Jawad, I think finally we have a question which you can answer.
Okay.
All right. Do you think robot or AI, as in artificial intelligence, can take over certain career option in hospitality industry? That's a tough question, but I believe Mr. Jawad has the expertise to answer.
Okay, if we want to talk about robots and
But
AI,
I think not as good as human, right? We always need the human touch.
The first rules in any, I'm talking about skills, okay? Skills needed in the hospitality industry. The first rules, you need a formal training. Yes, you can program a robot to have that kind of training, but then it will lack something that is empathy.
Exactly, empathy.
Customer service level,
Yes.
okay? They don't know anything about cultural awareness.
It's going to be very monotonous.
Yes. It won't have what we call as a spark, a human relation between
Emotions.
Yes, kemesraan tu tak ada. Ya. Social apa ni, social connection pun you cannot develop. So AI or robots cannot seriously they cannot apa ni ganti kita in tourism industry. Yes, we do have for example in Japan, for example some restaurant dia orang gunakan robot to serve. But then again, if you want to file a complaint, let's say the food is rotten, how can a robot respond to that? That's the question. So it will be back to human untuk datang, maybe the restaurant manager untuk datang and ambil tahu pasal the bad comments. So it's very hard lah for me to see that AI or robot will replace us in this kind of industry. It's very hard because this involve human interaction sebenarnya. Dan kita berbalik pada konsep asal to give satisfaction to customer. This can only be done with human interaction.
But I think in certain cases, like for example, maybe in a situation of war or in a pandemic that we have, maybe we can use
but up to certain measure only.
Certain measure
Yes.
only. Yes. So
Certain measure,
Just
yes
to
lah.
limit the human interaction.
But to fully replace us, no.
yes,
It
I
would
think
be
you still need the human touch, human
Yes.
relation, interactions.
Yes.
For example, if let's say Yugi kopi I habis, kopi pula mesin rosak,
how?
macam mana?
Macam
Yes.
mana? How?
Kan?
We can use AI and robots. This is just to improve our services, but to replace, no, definitely not.
And I think that's a very good point in hospitality and tourism, right? That and I think that's where the demand and supply is still there in the labour market. I totally agree with both Chef Afifah and Mr. Jawad. There's always a need for that human connection. Okay.
I want to add something.
Yes, please.
For human interactions.
Yes.
Butler, professional butler.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
We were talking about movies,
professional
Batman
butler,
movies.
Yeah, the Batman, Bruce, Master Wayne, and
Wayne.
Alfred, the butler.
Okay,
Yeah.
you cannot change that.
Can you imagine Alfred as a robot type?
No way. With a tie, no way.
Right. So they have this professional butler academy in London, whereby you have
they
a
do.
certificate.
Yes.
For you
My
to become a
goodness.
butler to the Queen, you need to attend this academy.
Oh, wow, that sounds so exciting. You know, like something like no other. All right, I think our timekeeper has reminded us that we are running out of time.
Okay.
But no worries. We wish to share more, but this is all that we can conclude now. In a nutshell, final words from Mr. Jawad for our graduates out there.
Okay, for me it's quite simple. Please do keep an open mind regarding this particular industry, because for me to be working in hospitality and tourism industry is not just about the money, it's about the experience and your interest and satisfaction actually, because there's a lot to achieve in our industry.
Chef Afifah, for our graduates, final
For
words.
our graduates and also for the parents, okay,
Parents, yes.
There's a stigma. They say that if you were to study in culinary, what can it give you in terms of income? Okay, whether you boleh dapat gaji besar ke kalau you masuk culinary ni. But
actually,
that
yes.
stigma is wrong actually. Tak semestinya kalau you masuk kitchen, you kerja as culinary art student ke, komis ke, you tak boleh, you tak semestinya kena masuk hotel untuk pandai masak. You
Yeah.
kena masuk culinary untuk pandai masak. No, we don't actually learn.
We don't
on
put that kind of barrier lah.
We don't put barriers on our students, okay? You learn about the fundamentals of culinary, about the hospitality management here, but then it works as a benchmark for you, okay? A benchmark for you to become someone better, to become someone who is a high level professional in the industry itself.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay.
Some of our program in Imperial International College, we do want to develop student that is much more onto entrepreneurship.
Business minded.
Yes. We want them to develop their own business.
Yes.
This is what we want from our student, and this is what we're trying to develop.
Especially during this pandemic, most of the students can't get any internship places. So what we suggest them to do is go for small restaurants, or if you
Don't be
cannot,
choosy.
if you cannot also find any places for you to go intern, you buat business you sendiri. You
Yeah.
develop your own business, make it into your portfolio.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you, Chef Afifah. It's been
Welcome, Yugi.
wonderful. Mr. Jawad, thank you so much.
Alright.
And stay tuned with our weekly forum for the next upcoming week. I would like to thank again Chef Afifah and
Welcome,
Mr.
Yugi.
Jawad, and especially our audiences out there. Thank you so much for giving us your support. One last thing, please show us some love. Show some love by reacting, commenting, and sharing. And I suppose that's a wrap up from us today. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you all.
Thank you, Yugi. Thank you, Mr.
Thank
Jawad.
you.
All right.
The coffee was good.
Yeah, I need to
Really
drink some
finished my
more.
coffee.
I really
You can't
need.
have a robot to make